Hey, what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here. Today's video is a banger. Today, Demonology was overhauled again on Midnight Alpha. This overhaul is pretty sick. We're going to break it down today, read over the blue post, look at the changes in game. If you're a fan of Demonology thematics, there's even more thematics that have been added to it. And honestly, I think it feels pretty good to play. A couple things I want to hit on today, talent-wise and stuff, and go from there, but let's get into it. So there's a large blue post here looking at what happened today. We're going to read over it briefly. I'm not going to read it word for word because we're going to look at the talent tree in game and some combat, but this is an overhaul. This is a spec overhaul, basically. Last build alpha. So tuning will come. Things will change a bit, but I'm excited. Also, if you're not subbed to the channel on YouTube, please sub. It means the world to me. Close to 100K. That would make my heart a little happy. All right. So jumping into it, dev notes, after playtesting and reading community feedback, we're revising some of the changes for Demonology going to Midnight. Specifically, we are eliminating the cap of wild imps. I did not think this would happen. And returning the energy cost to fail firebolts. Imps are back to where they were. Additionally, we're redesigning Summon Demonic Tyrant and Implosion with the goal of making it easier to know when to cast either ability. Dominion of Argus, this is the Apex talent. It's been redesigned totally. It's basically Nether Portal, but it's a good version of it. We'll look at it in a minute here. Thematically, things are sick. I am very surprised they removed the imp cap. Like, very surprised. I didn't think they would do that with simplification of specs and stuff being a thing, but they have. So here we are. We're going to skim through this. New talent, Dominant Hand, 20% damage increase to Hand of Gul'dan's main target. Inner Demons is basically back to being old Inner Demons. The Ancient Imps talent, they had 3 of them spawning in, it's gone. This is old Inner Demons. Blighted Maw, Dreadbite infects the target, doing 50% of the damage dealt over 8 seconds as plague damage. Very cool. Aura of Contempt, Fellstorm grants your Felguard an Aura of Contempt for 8 seconds. It increases the haste of friendly demons by 8%. This seems to be bugged right now. It's buffing Dreadstalkers, not Vile Fiend or Purple Red Dog, not buffing Tyrant, and Imps are getting Infernal Command buffs, which is a talent from like early Dragonflight on them, I think, still. But we'll see where that goes long term, if it works with Tyrant. If it works with Tyrant, it raises a lot of questions about holding and manually casting Fellstorm. So we'll see where that goes. But, yeah. Spiteful Recon's back. Demon Bolt, 10% damage increase. Consuming a core gives you a chance to summon an imp. Tyrant's Ablation. I had an ablation to my heart years ago. I think it was spelled differently, but that's okay. Tyrant empowers you while active, increasing your haste by 8. So you get like a mini haste or haste from yourself. Ring of Tyranny's back, but different. Your Demonic Tyrant lasts an additional 5 seconds and extends the duration of your Dreadstalkers by 15 seconds when summoned. This is foreshadowing. Tyrant does not extend pets anymore, but they've changed him to be strong. We'll talk about it. This talent makes him extend your Dreadstalkers, but Imps are no longer extended by Tyrant. Vile Fiend, no longer extended. Doesn't work with anything else other way. But basically, Imps and Vile Fiend, no extensions anymore, Tyrant. Doom is back, the one where you target or tab target around Doom's M+ on nameplates. I like this talent. I think it's cool. At the same time, I was sort of okay seeing it go. It's like, all right, it's cool. It's fine. I like the reward of Doom, basically, which was Doom Guard spawning in. Doom is back. The tab targeting version, you play with it on retail now. It's the same thing. New talent, Grimoire Implord. Summons an Implord to assist you in combat for 20 seconds. This is a Grimoire, and will remove one harmful effect from you when summoned. It transforms into Singe magic while on cooldown. New talent, Grimoire Fell Ravager. Summons a Fell Ravager. It's a Fell Hunter, a bigger one. To aid you in combat and will interrupt the target when summoned. It turns into Spell Lock while on cooldown. Dev note, we're introducing this choice note as a means to give Demonology access to utility they are locked out of due to Summon Felguard. Long-time Demo players recognize these Grimoires from previous expansions. However, adding the ability to use Singe Magic or Spell Lock while their respective Grimoires on cooldown. This is very cool. Demonology has 2 kicks currently in Spell Lock from the Fell Ravager and Axe Toss, or you can use Axe Toss as your kick and use Implord for a Dispel if you want. They are a shared choice note. You get one or the other. You don't get both. But we'll look at that in a minute. Their models are cool. Implord is like as tall as me, and I'm going to work. It's a steroid imp. It's insane. There's so many talents, boys. New talent, Stabilized Portals. Increases duration of Vile Fiend in your Grimoires by 3 seconds. Hand of Gul'dan's updated. It's the same Hand of Gul'dan. This is just old Hand of Gul'dan. You don't have Eye of Gul'dan transforming from Hand of Gul'dan anymore. Power Siphon's back to old Power Siphon, 2 imps, all that kind of stuff. Implosion has a 30-second cooldown. This is one thing I'm not a big fan of. I want to see where it goes. I talk about it in the talent tree section of the video, but it's also capped at 6 imps and doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, but it is like spread AoE based on energy and things. We'll look at that in a minute, but I don't know about that one. The biggest change today, probably that's flying under the radar, Demonic Calling is not a proc anymore. It is straight up, Dreadstalkers cost 1 or 2 less shards and have a basically instant cast. All the time. Dogs don't ever cost any shards anymore, and they're instant cast. All the time. Whenever. It is such a weird change to the playstyle of Demonology, but not in a bad way. It feels really good. It's just crazy. This is probably the biggest talent change today of all. Rotationally. It feels insane. I mean, there's utility and things too, right? But it's crazy. Tyrant's updated. So they removed extension clause on Tyrant. Damage dealt by Tyrant is increased by 10% for each Wild Imp, Dreadstalker, and Vile Fiend active. So keep in mind, dogs or Dreadstalker, whenever you cast dogs, 20-second cooldown, summon a Vile Fiend. These are tied together. They're instant cast. We get this talent. You're playing this everywhere, and cost no shards. So basically, for the most part, as long as you don't hit your dogs at the wrong time, you're just building imps going into your Tyrant. Now, the thing with this is old decon in a sense. There's no cap on... It's not limited to 5 imps empowering Tyrant or 10 imps empowering Tyrant. However, there's no imp cap. However, there's not a way to track imps like there is with Weak Warriors being banned and stuff, right? But you don't really need to in a sense. We'll look at that in a minute. I'll show you where it goes. But yeah. Master Summoner is weird, probably not very good. Minor Mastery, cast some reductions. Summon Doomguard. The thing from Doom, the proc off of Doom, is a button now. It's a 2-minute cooldown. It summons a Doomguard, and it volleys Shadow Bolts, and it does volley Shadow Bolts on Alpha. Casting an instant cast Demon Bolt with Demonic Core reduces the cooldown by 3 seconds. It's about 1:20 if you're in combat permanently for this cooldown. Pretty cool. It feels awesome to hit. Doom Bolt Volley is tied to Doomguard. Eye of Gul'dan has been updated to talent. Hand of Gul'dan has a 100% chance to summon an Eye of Gul'dan for 8 seconds. Remember in the feedback talk, we talked about adding in the red eyes from Portal that would channel the red beams? That's this. Every single one channels a red beam. It's so cool. Infernal Grudge, the dot from the eyeball. This makes the Eye of Gul'dan last longer. And here are your Apex talents. Dominion of Argus. I'll show you as we get in the game, actually. Make it a little easier. And they've removed a lot of talents here. Improves Implosion, Imp Mastery, Commander, Explosive Core, ED, Bracers, Imps are gone. So big change to Demo. Looking at it in game, right? So here are talents. As far as Apex talents are concerned, let me go full screen here. So they've changed. Summoning Tyrant leaves open up. Let me pull out of this a bit. I guess I can't come in combat probably. Yeah, that's fine. Summoning Tyrant opens a portal to Argus for 25 seconds. It's 15 seconds with this talent only. This increases it by 10 seconds, 5 and 10 at rank 1 and 2. So 25 with this talent being here, causing every 3 casts of Hand of Gul'dan to summon a subjugated demon that serves you for 14 seconds. This is basically another portal. There's no visual for the portal or like the portal opening, but the demons do spawn. You get an Inquisitor, the big tall one with like the robe on from Legion, very cool. That was in some of the zones. You get Portal Keeper Hazabel from Antorus, the raid, another big mommy, and you get a Soul Keeper, the guy with the backpack guy, I think, with the cage on his back. It's random. 2 of them AoE, Soul Keeper AoEs, Doom Weaver, whatever the big mommy thing AoEs. The Inquisitor does not. Probably need to add a AoE to that. We'll look at it in a minute here. This does more damage, and all that kind of stuff. And this says, well, Dominion of Argus is active, so this basically, when the portal's open. Hand of Gul'dan refunds 1 soul shard. This is bugged. It's not giving the shard back right now. But demons also last 4 seconds longer. So, very cool. And I want to look at that in combat now. But I do want to say before we get into it, Dominion of Argus, every 3 casts of Hand of Gul'dan summon a subjugated demon. Hand of Gul'dan, for those that are worried, cannot be cast anything less than 3 shards. See how it's glow. I can cast Hand of Gul'dan. Watch this. Now I have 1 shard. I can't cast it. There's the eyeball as well. The big zapping red eye beam. This happens every single time you cast a Hand of Gul'dan. You can have 3 or 4 active at once channeling red death beams. It's so cool. Okay, so going through the talent tree here, I built the single target build and the AoE build. We'll go through here and look at just the talents in a row. Hand and Ghoul here, Demon Bolt, College Red Stalker isn't a big deal. So when it comes to this row here, this is your first like tier of talents. Basically, you have Dominant Hand, increasing hand and Ghoul damage by 20% on your main target only, not splash targets. Over here, Shred Lash. You have Practice Rituals and you have Belt Intellect. Now the thing about this, it's similar to Affliction, where if you want all three of these points here, if you want basically Dominant Hand and Dreadlash and all three of these, you have to spend 9 points in this part of the tree. If you want all three of these, you can also just skip, like, you can either skip Dreadlash or Dominant Hand. I'm assuming in single target, your build looks like this, where you grab Dominant Hand to get into here, and you grab Rituals, which leads into here and here to get, like, you know, Imperator, Power Siphon or Implosion, and Summon Felguard. A bit of weird pathing there, but it's probably fine. It is what it is. But that's that. You have Imperator here, crit strike chance increase on imps. You have Felguard here, still summoned. This is probably the biggest. I don't know, kind of. I don't like kind of node. But the biggest like point of contention I want to talk about, I guess, right? Implosion's here. It's been changed to be a half-minute cooldown, max of 6 imps imploded. And the damage doesn't seem that high. There is like some weird, obviously there's like the damage being different whenever you implode based on energy and stuff and surrounding targets versus main target with Implosion, but I don't like Implosion being a half-minute cooldown. Realistically, I think Implosion is one of the abilities you could just make baseline in a specs spellbook without even being a talent. I think Mage has like Flame Strike or something like that. You could just literally make Implosion a baseline talent. I'm not saying that because like, oh, it's sharing a node here. I think they want it to be like a half-minute cooldown with like Siphon or Implosion. Like you choose this for like single target or this for like M plus or AoE, but realistically, Siphon's good everywhere. You want Siphons for universal relevancy wherever you go. And Implosion being half-minute cooldown is odd because it's been like even though it's under-tuned on retail now, it's been a very big part of our AoE profile for a long time. You implode an AoE, 3 or 4 more targets, you're going to implode, right? Now it's like a half-minute cooldown that's locked behind a talent here, which I'm probably going to take everywhere over it instead. Even if it didn't have a cooldown on it, I think I'd probably take Siphon over Implosion regardless, with it only being 6 imps max. Maybe not, but I'd like to see Implosion stand on its own. Realistically, I think making Implosion, whether it stays a half-minute cooldown and stays 6 imps, whatever, but even having it be a part of like just your baseline spellbook, not even a talent you need to put points into. I'm pretty sure Mage has Flame Strike, whatever, right? Baseline, I think. Could be wrong. Some classes have some abilities baseline. I think this is a good candidate for it. It feels bad pathing into Implosion when you're in single target and all that. And like, if you want to limit how often you can implode and make it easier to understand, I get that, okay, making it a max of 6 imps, not 9 or 12 or whatever anymore. Okay, making it easier for players to be like, all right, I have 6 imps, I'm in AoE, implode, right? But taking this over Siphon changes the way Demonology feels core-wise, economy-wise, function-wise. And honestly, the half-minute cooldown feels sort of clunky. I'm not a huge fan of it being a cooldown, in my opinion, personally. Some might agree, some might disagree. It's okay. Either way, I don't like it being a half-minute cooldown. I do think Demonology's profile with other abilities like Blighted Maw and just how it AoEs in general is probably fine without it. I mean, realistically, like, you do implode on retail, and I mean, you implode wherever you go, but like, in its current form, like right here, it's pretty undertuned, and I don't know, even on retail, when I implode, I don't really notice a difference in things happening. It's a minor gain, right? But I don't like it being locked behind here. It's a choice now between Siphon. I like Siphon being early in the tree. Please don't move Siphon. But I'd love Implosion just like baseline maybe, or something needs to change with it possibly. But half-minute cooldown is weird. 6 imps is probably fine if you want to make it easier to understand and play with. I get that. It's fine. Not a huge deal, whatever. But making it like triple nerf of like 6 imps, half-minute cooldown, and then a choice node with Siphon is like, I don't know what we're doing with Implosion. It seems like a bit of a weird kind of thing. Honestly, at this point, maybe just remove it from the game. I don't mean like I don't mean that in like a spiteful way. It's like, honestly, maybe we can just build around not having Implosion anymore. I mean, you basically don't if it's a no with Siphon either way. But if it's causing problems and stuff and it needs to be a longer cooldown and things, maybe just build around not having it anymore. I don't know. But thematically, I like having Implosion, so we'll see. Moving on from there, though, so we have Infernal Rapidity here, Imp, extra cast chance, whatever. Rune of Shadows is here, Carnivorous is here, and Fell Armaments is here. These are all the same, pretty much, as last build. Things change a bit in this row though. So under here, this was Doomguard bracers that would like cause your axe toss to dispel a effect on you, I'm pretty sure. Now it gives your Felguard the ability, whenever he Fellstorms, he grants your Fellstorm grants your Felguard Aura of Contempt for 8 seconds. Aura of Contempt increases the haste of friendly demons by 8%. Now currently it's not really working. So like it works for Dreadstalkers. I'm talented into it. It works for like Dreadstalkers. I gotta pull them out actually. But it doesn't work for imps. It doesn't work for this guy either. It does not work with Tyrant either. But you can see it right here. Aura of Contempt. Look at my imp. It's Infernal Command. This is a talent from Dragonflight, I'm pretty sure. I think there's some like spaghetti code not like fully implemented here yet either way. But I think it should work with imps and it should work with other things too. But I didn't see a buff at all on Tyrant when I summoned it earlier in testing, nor on my Vile Fiend. So we'll see where that goes. But interesting, probably worth it in single target. I don't know if it's worth it in AoE, but either way, sort of cool. Much better than Doomguard bracers. Tactics is here. If it's good, you play it. Same with Brutality. If it's good, you play it. Inner Demons is here. Locked behind Rune of Shadows, but it's fine. You're going to play us everywhere. Imp Gang Boss is here. Same thing. One of your 3 imps is going to be bigger whenever you cast Hand of Gul'dan. It's cool. More damage. And over here you have Blighted Maw. It seems to do a lot of damage, actually. Dreadbite infects the target, dealing 50% of damage dealt over 7 seconds as plague damage, which is Shadow in nature, I think someone said earlier. And also this can rechomp or reapply through Carnivorous Stalkers. So not bad. Actually seemed pretty decent. Looked to be definitely playing AoE, maybe in single target, all that. Here's Tyrant. Minute cooldown. Tyrant lasts 20 seconds, 15, but it's increased by 5 more from some talent. Here, Ring of Tyranny, right? So 20 with Ring of Tyranny, otherwise 15. Damage dealt by Tyrant is increased by 10% for each Wild Imp, Dreadstalker, and Vile Fiend active when summoned. So it's snapshotting, basically. And this is one of my concerns with Tyrant right now, is I don't want to linger on it too long, but like basically if I have... let's say I'm built some shards here. Let's say I cast my dogs. By the way, if you want to see instant cast dogs for no shards, then check this out. Hand of Gul'dan, no shards, no proc, dogs. Feels insane. But if I Tyrant here, for example, right? Tyrant now, he's going to have a buff on him, which is right here. Where is he? He's in melee. 8, right? If I summon more imps here, if I summon more imps or they expire or whatever, pets are expiring here, still 8. Still 8. If I go Hand of Gul'dan, still 8. He doesn't update dynamically. He snapshots the active demons you have when he comes in, and that's it. Now, there's the world we live in. It doesn't really matter a whole lot because you're not worrying about dogs costing shards anymore. Your Vile Fiend's part of dogs, doesn't cost shards anymore either. All you're really worried about for shard consumption is straight up imps. I mean, your bigger Grimoire costs a shard, but this is not affected by Tyrant. Grimoires and this don't work with Tyrant. They're on their own doing their own thing, so don't worry about that. They're in Tyrant setup. The thing is, like, there's no way to track imps out, imp energy and remaining duration outside of like looking at implosion. And all this shows is just how many you have active, right? There's going to be times, maybe in plus, where I'm heading from one pack with a number of imps out to the next pack. I have no idea. If the first set I cast has 1 cast left or 2 casts left, I have no idea. Can I go into the pack and just cast Hand of Gul'dan and a Tyrant to get more value in my Tyrant? Or are they going to expire after 1 cast? Or do they have 2 casts left or 3 casts left? I don't know. Hard to tell. Does it matter a whole lot? Not necessarily, but if there's room to min-max optimize things, people are going to want to do that, especially with the way that decon was in the past, where you had that level of play scaling or play skill ceiling and play skill, right? Now, if you're doing things in single target and setting up on a pack, for example, like let's just do this here, call this guy back, you can only really get 9 imps plus 2 from inner demons, whatever, into every Tyrant regardless. From what I can tell, we've tried to optimize around 12. Can't do it. You can get 9. You can get 12 if you have a Ruination proc in the middle of your Tyrant setup, because Ruination is basically a free Hand of Gul'dan. It summons 3 imps. Doesn't consume shards, though. So you can basically go like Ruination into a Hand of Gul'dan, and that'll get you 12. Besides that, I can't find a way to do it. Not a legal way to do it. I'll show you what that means in a minute. But yeah, so there's that. But let's say we're getting to pull a boss here, whatever. Timer's up. Siphon. Precast 2 Shadow Bolts. Shadow Bolt, Shadow Bolt. I'll go dogs here. They jump in. Hand of Gul'dan, Demon Bolt, Hand of Gul'dan, Demon Bolt, Hand of Gul'dan, and just Tyrant. Bam, there you go. He's here. He's in melee. Actually, he's armor plated. He has 14 stack of demonic power. I have, I think I had 10 imps out because inner demons are cycling through. That's basically it. Look at my dogs. One shard, doesn't matter, cast them. There you go. No shard cost, instant cast, feels really good. You don't got to worry about it anymore. The dogs, they're just free. They cost nothing, right? Insane. Keep casting hands, whatever. Siphon, do what you got to do, whatever. This is the guy from my talent, Apex talent. So this guy or an Inquisitor or a big Doom mommy it spawns in. You might see her in a minute here. Yeah, very, very cool. Let's say we have Tyrant and 20 coming up here as well. Honestly, like, it's the same setup. But I want to show you how I'll try and get 12 imps in through a non-ruination setup, and I'll show you how it's not possible. So, for example, watch my imp tracker rate or implosion right here to show how many imps I have active, right? So I'm going to build the 5 shards here. I'm going to siphon for 4 cores. I'm going to cast dogs. This is Tyrant setup. So we're going to go hand, bolt, hand, bolt, bolt, hand. There's 9. I'm trying to go for 12 here. Shadow bolt, hand. I have 10. I have 13, 13, 13, 13, 10. There's no way, from what I can tell, to save that first set outside of getting a Ruination proc during that. Because Ruination doesn't require you to cast that Shadow Bolt. That's enough time to get 12 imps into your Tyrant compared to 9. He has a buff of 12 or whatever it was. I didn't have dogs. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, dogs are also running out of time there in a sense probably as well. I didn't even look at it, honestly. They might have been. Who knows? But yeah, there's no way to do it. You have to worry about other timers and things too, right? So it's basically 9 imps is what you're going to see the vast majority of the time, which is fine. But there is some spots like in M+, if you're heading from one pack to the next, how long to have an imps I have out, I don't know. If you think back to BFA and things, when we had this version of Tyrant with X amount of damage per pet out, there's this cool little fountain on a fight called Champions of Light. There's this cool wall in Siege of Borealis you could stand behind, and your little impies wouldn't run in and attack the boss. And oh, there's a wall right here. What's he doing? What's he doing? What are the imps doing? Oh, they're running into melee. Oh, we're LOSing imps again. This version of Demon, there's the potential to LOS imps again, depending where you're standing. This wall isn't the best option, honestly. We can get a better angle and LOS more here. But whether they're running in the melee or stuck behind the wall in the first place, this gives you the opportunity to LOS imps and get more value into your Tyrant, right? Depending where you're. I have 14 out now. I'm trying, right? There's a spot over here we can go to where I can hide behind the wall, like right here for like hard LOS, where half my imps don't even run in. Like they don't even move it. They just stand here with me, basically. And I can get to like 20 imps in Tyrant. Like they're all stuck behind the wall right here. He spawned over there. He's over there doing his thing. I have 7. Let's do this. I have 7 imps out. I have 10. I have 13. I can just keep building because they're not doing damage. So they're not expiring. I have 14. I have 17. They're not expiring, right? So imp LOS could be a thing, depending where it all goes. He has a 18 stack. I didn't even cast dogs there. So besides that, imp LOS is sort of hit or miss, depending where you're at. Not a whole lot of fights you can cheese it on, but in M+, it's definitely a thing. Could happen again. See where that goes. But that's basically a Tyrant. I think a great way to fix this, the LOS thing is whatever. I don't know. They got to figure that out if they even care. I think a way, there's still a potential for people to scuff Tyrant, and they're going to be mad about like, well, the imp cap's gone. I'm going to scuff my Tyrant again or whatever because they don't last forever in combat. I think a great way to fix this, make Tyrant and like his damage increase here, second half of this talent, make it dynamic. So let's say I have 9 imps out, I'm casting Tyrant, and for whatever reason I was late on it, and I cast it, and 3 expire mid-Tyrant cast. I have 6 out. So when he spawns in, he checks, saying I have 2 dogs, a Vile Fiend, and 6 imps active. So that first Demon Fire cast is going to have that value in it. Now let's say I cast a Hand of Gul'dan between that Demon Fire and the next one. He checks again on next Demon Fire, and I have 9 imps out, 2 dogs, and a Vile Fiend. Then he increases the damage of the next Demon Fire by 3 imp value, right? So make it dynamic based on the number of pets that I have out. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd probably be fine. There's a world where you don't have dogs out for a certain point in time, unless they're extended by Tyrant here at the Reign of Tyranny, which you should be playing. It's probably either way. But I think that could also be an option. I don't mind it snapshotting. I think others will probably find it a little frustrating, and it's much more forgiving if it updates dynamically compared to like snapshotting. I have X pets out, and that's it. But we'll see where it goes. So that's that. My tyranny, or my tyrant talk. So heading down from the area, play for recon here. Demon Bolt, chance to spawn an imp, it's fine. Tyrant's Ablation, your tyrant gives you an 8% haste buff when he's active, which is for 20 seconds. So not too bad. Decent little mini PI to yourself there. And Torn Armaments, armor-plated tyrant in melee does more damage. This does seem to work with decon as well, or the damage increase here, so probably worthwhile. Ring of Tyranny is here, 5 seconds longer, and extends the duration of your dogs when summoned, so this does extend dogs, worth grabbing. Then in this row here, you have Demonic Knowledge. Sack Souls is here, which is not as good because imps don't extend anymore, but still there. Master Summoner is here. Master Increase. Tyrant and Felguard. Cast time reduction. Doesn't matter a whole lot, whatever. Calling is here. You're going to put 2 points in this wherever you go. Dogs being free and no cast time is insane. This is so good. Feels great to play with. You're grabbing this. Vile Fiend's here. Purple Red Dog still here. Same thing. Whenever you cast Dog, summons a Vile Fiend for 18 seconds. I guess you last the entire duration of dogs. Pretty cool. We'll get to this in a sec. Here's Doom. Play with it on retail currently. It's the same Doom. Here is Doom Guard, which we'll change to. I just need to log out and basically refresh my combat state here. Which 2-minute cooldown, reduced by 3 seconds whenever you cast a Demonic Core, Demon Bolt instant cast. Very cool. Spawns in, does volley Doom Bolt. Very, very cool. And right here you have I have Gul'dan with Infernal Grudge. It's a dot basically. And whenever I Gul'dan's active, targets take 4% more damage from you and your demons, which we're not sure how this works. Multiple eyes are active at once, and there's multiple effects of like the eye damage on your target. We're not sure if that stacks from 4% to 8 to 12, or it's multiple iterations of 4, not exceeding 4. Is it stacking or is it overlapping? We're not really sure. Hard to tell. And then finally right here, you have Grimoire Imp or Grimoire Fel Ravager into Stabilized Portals. Summons an Imp in, 2-minute cooldown, Send Magic. Summons a dog in, second kick, Spell Lock. It's very, very cool. Stabilized Portals is here. Let me change what AoE build and I'll show you guys what this does. This thing here, Stabilized Portals, just says they last 3 seconds longer. They do a decent bit of damage, honestly. They do not work with your Tyrant. No interactions between these and Tyrant. These do work with Abyssal Dominion, though, for Demonology, for Diabolus, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, so let's say we want to initially look at, sure, the dog, right? People are curious about how the kick works. Grimoire Fel Ravager. It's a bigger purple dog. So let's say you're in plus, Miles spawns in. I'm going to cough. I got to get a drink. Hold on. Perfect. You're in plus, got a kick, right? Someone calls your kick next, right? There's my keybind for it. I kicked. Wow, there it is. It's a big dog. Very purple, very large, very big. He probably respects whatever color you have for your Fel Hunter. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. This is a template character. It might not. But it's bigger. And you can see the spell change in the spell lock here. So whenever I cast the dog himself will cast spell lock when he spawns in. He does a good bit of damage too. And the ability changes into spell lock for the remaining duration of 2 minutes. I can spell lock again. It's off the GCD. Spell lock. Good. On top of that, Axe Toss is right here. Stun and interrupt. I need to kick twice. Kick twice. There you go. Pretty sick. Grimoire costs a shard, but the damage is good. Spell lock does not cost a shard. Off the GCD. Off the GCD. Pretty sick. At the same time, if you want to see a Doom Guard in AoE, right over here, start attacking some of these things. Come over here, big dog. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. There you go. Over here. There we go. You want to see a Doom Guard. Build some cores up. There he is. Hit the button. Spawns in. Volley, big dog. Volley for me. There you go, volley. You can see his cooldowns reduced whenever you cast demonic cores. Already reduced. Very cool. It's not tied to Doom, so he won't be active as much, but his damage is pretty solid in AoE, and it feels really good hitting a button and summoning in a Doom Guard. It feels way better than just seeing it randomly spawn in from casting Dooms and seeing one pop. Just being real. It's super sick. It's very, very cool. Thematically, I think they did a really good job at embracing like what demonology is at its core. Even in the last version of Demo, But there are things I wanted them to elaborate upon and build upon, and this like feels really good. I'm concerned with like the implosion talent, like I said, a bit. A couple other things pathing wise are a little funky. We'll look at it in a sec here too. I want to show you all the big imp talent as well. But yeah, overall, I'm for like an initial overhaul of Demonology, especially this late in alpha, I think it's pretty good. Bigger concerns, like obviously implosion, are the implosion, tyrant snapshotting, Aura of Contempt affecting tyrant if it does or doesn't. If this does affect tyrant, his cast time, you probably end up holding Fellstorm for tyrant and casting it manually, which is weird. But we'll see where that goes, depending where it lines up. There's that, and let me show you the big imp as well. Big imp's very cool. The dog is sick. This thing's like as big as I am, and I'm gonna work. All right, let me change the single target here to show you guys both, actually. Doom Guards are on cooldown. We gotta wait. Well, wait. It's fine. It's worth the wait. I want to show you the big imp. I want to show you the eyeballs, too. So the eyeballs are very cool. You can have... I've had 4 of these active at once when I cast a handful of Handy Gul'dans back to back. Really cool. Like, visually, thematically, Demo... It really does feel like a Master Summoner. And my gripe with the previous version was like, it looked like one, but it didn't feel like one. Because you weren't really summoning the pets yourself. You were just like watching them spawn in. This feels like a Master Summoner to me. So eye talents. There's the big imp. You want to see a big imp? There he is. He's literally as big as I am. Like, I'm an orc, dude. I'm an orc. It's literally an imp lord. He's massive. He's huge. He does a lot of damage, and once again, he singes when he comes into play. He can singe basically now on cooldown too, right? So you have either 2 kicks or a singe and a kick with axe toss, depending how you want to look at it. That's that. And yeah. So that now, unfortunately, the eyeballs, like the eyes of Gul'dan that spawn in from your Handy Gul'dan, they only are spawning in when I'm attacking tank dummies, and it kills my pets. But we'll do what I can. So let's see if I can get it to spawn in here. So we'll build the 5 shards. Let me cast some dogs, try and get some cores here. That's fine. Hand. There's an eyeball. There's a red beam. Another eyeball. Another red beam. Third eyeball. Third red beam. This is gonna happen whenever you cast Handy Gul'dan with his talent. Like it's literally the red eyes of Gul'dan from Nether Portal from years ago. It's the eyes of Gul'dan from the Gul'dan fight that had the big red visual on them. It's so cool. Like thematically, it's so sick. This is not from the Apex talent. This is not from Diabolus. This is just Demonology with Handy Gul'dan. The eyeballs that spawn in. It's super cool. Very, very sick. So I think visually, Demo looks really cool. We'll try and really quickly get another pet from Dominion of Argus in here. Let me just Tyrant. I do think Dominion of Argus, I'm going in with 5 shards. I do think Dominion of Argus could probably be every 2 Handy Gul'dans you cast during it summons a pet. 3 seems like a lot. Like, this is my 3rd hand right here, basically. What did we get? We rolled the Inquisitor. There he is. Very cool. But unfortunately, it's very hard to get more than 2 pets out during the window. Depending what you go into with it, shard-wise, I've often just gotten 1. And that feels weird. I think making this every 2 Handy Gul'dans you cast could probably make it a lot better for summoning more pets. Even if they need to be tuned down a bit damage-wise. I have no idea if they need to or not. It'd probably be worth doing, because like it's cool seeing them spawn in thematically. And seeing more pets and normalizing the damage across like 4 summons on average during a Dominion of Argus versus 2 would probably be better visually, aesthetically, and just feel better also. Because like it's a huge Apex talent, and it's super sick. But when I only get 1 pet from it, it feels sort of weird. Maybe 1 or 2. Even with the Shard Claws working on it, when they fix it, it's not working now. Probably still only get 2. But we'll see where it goes. Maybe every 2 Handy Gul'dans would be sick. But yeah, that's it. That's the Demo overhaul. I'm pretty happy with it initially. I'm curious to see where Implosion goes. It could just be a world where Implosion's not really played anymore. I don't know. It could be based on our toolkit. See where that goes. Tyrant snapshotting is interesting. Making it dynamic could be cool too. I'm a little worried about this part of the tree also when it comes to AoE, because like to get into Doomguard and Doom if you want it, you gotta path through Demonic Knowledge, which is 2 points, and Recon, which is sort of weird for like AoE. It's fine, but I wish that Ablation went into Demonic Knowledge. I wish basically like this and this connected to here and to here over this going here and here. It sort of have its own problems as well, because like they don't have like disconnecting anywhere else, but like I don't really want to go into Spiteful Recon and then 2 points in knowledge when I'm in M plus trying to play with my Doom Guard. It feels like it's a not super impactful talent and like a more single target talent. And I got to go into Doom and to get my Doom Guard. You got to spend 5 points to get your Doom Guard in AoE. And that feels a bit weird because 4 of them are in your capstone row coming out of a talent sort of man. Knowledge is fine, but like in plus, not like super insane. Not really insane in general. I don't know. See where it goes. But yeah, that's that. Maybe more feedback in a few days on it. But initial iterations, initial impressions, I should say, looks good. I like it. Let me know what y'all think. So thanks for watching, guys. Wraps it up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're a fan of the Demonology Changes like I am as well. I mean, we'll see where Implosion and stuff goes, like I said, but I'm excited. I'm surprised they came in and made this many changes, especially MCAP removal is wild. It's late in the alpha, but hey, I'm down for it. I had a lot of fun playing this today. So beta is a few days on Tuesday, which might end up being Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when the build's pushed. But it's close. I'm pumped for it because that means we can run actual dungeons and things with people, not just follower dungeons, which has been terrible, but it's okay. We're getting there. So if you guys have any weak cores, add-ons, or profiles, whatever I use, or in the video you saw, links up here, as well as down below. You can get it all for free. Like always, a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. For all support on Patreon, guys. Thank y'all. Without y'all support, I wouldn't be able to do what I do and make videos for all y'all and everything. And yeah, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you guys. Much love. If you're looking at supporting, also once again, link up here as well as down below. I also reorganized the shelves. THC's back on the shelf. There's a Magic Harp. Very nice. My boxes of CEs and all that. And yeah, beta got me hyped up for it in a few days. Hopefully, I'll see most of y'all there. If not, we'll be testing it regardless. Damage meters, not working this week. Nameplates, not super functional yet. They are, but like a little funky, but we'll see where it goes. Beta soon. I don't know how it's this fast already, but we're there. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you again soon. Peace.